Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the intro. Welcome to the podcast, the Mind of Mike podcast. You guys can call me Mike, Pap. Obviously, you guys know from the stream I'm Pap. You can call me Mike. Everyone knows my first name is Michael / Mike. You can say whatever. I don't care. I'm not offended. Today's podcast is an interesting one. It's brought to you by a little bit of alcohol. We did end up taking a few sips. I wasn't feeling really good with my intros on the podcast, so I got nervous and poured a drink and took a few sips, but I'm saving the rest for Fucked Up Friday. We're not getting drunk. But I love you guys. You guys have. We're talking about the Will Smith, Chris Rock scenario. We're talking about stand-up comedy. I get emotional. We talk about emotions. We talk about life. We talk about gym. We talk about health. We talk about mental health. We talk about haters, bullies. We talk about everything. Hope you guys enjoy the podcast. It's an exciting one. If you're easily offended, this one might not be for you. Also, for the kids and underage people watching, little R-rated, so just be careful. I warned you. I love you. Enjoy the podcast, and I will see you tomorrow on Fucked Up Friday, baby. Let's go. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the podcast. That was honestly for the thumbnail. Also, you got a little bit right before he left. I knew he was going to leave. Watch the camera shake. I know the camera might be readjusting. I'm not using my phone this time. I'm actually using my streamer setup, so let me know what you guys think. The background, if you guys just want me to get rid of it and just basically just do live on my phone or just a voice or whatever. I will say it did take a little long to set all this stuff up and get the lights just right. But what's up, guys? Welcome to the podcast. If you're new, welcome. I love you already. We're already besties, right? But if you're from the stream, which most likely you are, then what's poppin'? Guys, I'm Pap, aka Mike. This is the Mind of Mike podcast. I was thinking about maybe renaming it the Pap's Pod, the Pap Podcast. Who knows? You know, the sky. We have options. I was gonna say the sky's the limit, but we're just talking about names here. Also, I was gonna give myself all these things and topics, and this is the first podcast I'm coming in. No real topics. I'm vibing. Hope you guys are vibing. Grab a drink if you're driving to work. What's popping? Hope it's a short day. Hope your boss makes you call in sick. I hope if it's school day, I hope it snows in the middle of July. I don't give a shit. Let's sit back, relax, and just a forewarning, if you are underage and maybe in the presence of an adult, okay, well, a responsible one anyway, this will be R-rated. A little bit maybe R-rated than Twitch. I have no idea. But I told myself, you know what, we're not loose. We're not lubricated. So I grabbed the drink. Now, tomorrow is Fucked Up Friday. Tomorrow is our most legendary, hold on. I think Twitch's most legendary Friday drinking stream. I do believe. That is tomorrow, Friday. And the video will be up on Thursday night. So if you're watching this, new, returning viewer, whatever it is, coming out with this Friday. All the info can be found on my Discord / Twitch, which the links will all be on the page you're probably looking at somewhere in the description or bio. But let's go. Another sip. Let me look at myself. I'm in the camera. I see myself. Not the best hair day. Not the best hair day, but we're alive. And that's all that matters, right? Only one shot of rum in there. I wanted to feel lubricated. I wanted to vibe and talk to you guys. So, like I said, first podcast. A lot of people have been asking about the podcast. And I was like, I got to give him an episode. So, I think we should start off with the elephant in the room. If you know me and you know my stream, we've already talked about it. Let me get it out of the way. The Will Smith and Chris Rock scenario. I got no chat. I got no other opinions bombarding me. And I don't have to be PC or nice about it. Here's the thing. Let's get this out the way. Let's make it real short and sweet. Chris Rock right. Will Smith wrong. Pretty much end of discussion. But I'd be stood corrected, because there's people out there that are like, nah, man, Will Smith should have kicked his ass, bro. He defended his wife. Oh, he defended his wife. Will Smith what was she going to Ukraine? Was she suiting up? Was she gonna fist fight Putin in a Kmart parking lot? No. She's in a fucking $200,000 dress or some shit, right? And she looks good, is beautiful. She's in a military green dress. Let me repeat this. Military green dress, front row of the Oscars, an award show famous for crowd work and stand. You think they just pick stand-up comics to host award shows because it's fun and it's trendy? No. No. It's kind of been going on since the beginning of time and award shows. So yeah, nothing new. Everybody at the Oscars knows what's about to happen. Aw, snap. We in the front row, we're going to get roasted. And they did get roasted. So roasted that it burnt all her hair. No, I'm just kidding. No, nothing burned her hair off. I mean, except maybe God. But other than that, God, I love this. I love Twitch, but I like being like this because even though if you guys hate my opinions, it just turns into a comment on the YouTube. That's what's beautiful. We don't have to agree. Right? And I try to be agreeable on Twitch. It's the responsible thing to do to stop inflammatory scenarios. But like I said, this podcast, my cat's taking a shit. No big deal. Samson? Okay. Well, I'm not editing that out. My cat's taking a shit. Hopefully he's okay. But yeah, so back to the Will Smith thing. I just want to get this off my chest because I only had to talk about it on Twitch, and I'm discussing it with like 13, 14, 15-year-olds that can't even name me 2 Chris Rock jokes. Like, no offense. But if you had to Google what G.I. Jane was, hold on, let me say this one more time. If you had to Google what it was, you can't be offended. How you gonna Google and research your way into an offensive thing? No, you don't get that. You don't get to have that. Samson! My cat. This is staying in the podcast. Samson! Even my cat's boycotting my opinion. But no. It seems like it's about 75-25. Chris Rock's the majority. Will Smith's the minority. Obviously, I mean, Will Smith got banned from the Oscars. Chris Rock didn't get nothing. Chris Rock is just perfectly... Samson! Oh my God, I'm not editing this out, Samson. Guys, I have a beautiful, amazing cat, Samson. He's the cutest cat of all time. But anyway, wow, if you have OCD, this is going to be the podcast for you, geez. But yeah, so I love stand-up comedy, and I love comedy. You know, I hate when people are like, I love jokes too, but come on, or wrong place, wrong time. No, sweetheart. Aw, no one told you. The point of comedy is to be mercilessly and relentlessly funny, right? Society doesn't set the boundaries. Comedians decide where the boundaries are and create new ones, right? 100 years ago, we could talk about this much. 50 years ago, you could talk about this much. And now, here we are, you could talk about this much. Endless. There is no, okay, but, you know, you could laugh about this. The Holocaust, it's been enough time. 9/11's still fresh. No. I'm sorry. You're wrong. And I'm not saying you can't be offended. The offensive part is fine. I'm not trying to devalue what you think, right? You can be offended, and that is real to you, right? Like I said, we don't all have to disagree. I'm not going to fight people. Someone could go, I'm pro Will Smith. I'd be like, that's fine. Your opinion doesn't hurt me. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect my truth. It gives me another point. You know, I've seen people say that it was neutral, right? That the slap outdid the joke, and then they're tied. That's like saying Putin is invading Ukraine, and because Ukraine's fighting back and killing soldiers, that they're tied. No, that's not how it works, right? Unless somebody's like directly like at a bar, or some dude's at a bar, and they're like, hey, you're bald ass fucking white, blah, blah, blah. Whoop his ass, right? Even then, it's like, you know you're going to jail. There's consequences. Sadly for Will Smith, there's not, but he got banned. Yeah, sure. I just found out that the ban didn't do anything. He just can't physically receive an Oscar, but his movies and him can still get nominated. Fair play. Then what's the punishment? You get to sit on your couch eating Cheeto Puffs, winning awards? Bruh. The only reason they did that is because all the producers, all the movie people are like, well, we're not going to make a movie with Will Smith. Fine, we'll let you be nominated. All right, we'll get in here. Dude, the politics in Hollywood and media, whatever. Whatever, we move on. I'm sorry if there's any new viewers like, who is this guy? He plays Rocket League? What the fuck? No, guys. I'm more than just a Rocket League streamer, and I'm sipping. So your boy's feeling lubricated right now. Right? But okay, the recording button is on. Okay, good. Scared me. But yeah, so just to sum up the whole situation, if you're a famous rich celebrity who's bald and is in a military green dress in the front row, and your husband's 5 minutes away from winning an Oscar, and the host of the Oscars is doing his job as a multimillionaire, world famous, one of the GOAT comedians of all time, goes, hey, love you, Jada. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. That sentence doesn't equal a physical assault? Hey, a slap's an assault? Don't be so... Okay, a slap, though. That's like you can be like, hey, knock, knock, you know, some bullshit your mama joke, and then I get to hit you. Right? You, as a watcher or listener right now, you're not even a famous stand-up comedian. I still probably wouldn't be like, nah, it's just words. You know, I think what we saw was Will Smith being overtly sensitive. Will Smith was probably so agitated over the past year and a half. That interview where Jada's like, it's been so long since I've been happy and it felt good to make someone else feel good. How are you telling your husband? You know what she basically said? Listen, Will, I know we're married, but it's been so long since, you know, some other dude fucked me right. And it felt so good to make some other young rich guy feel good by, I don't know, letting him inside of me. But, like, I'm not trying to be vulgar. Like, I gave the child warning in the front, so YouTube, you can't ban me. But that's crazy, dude. That's crazy. I wouldn't even do that to my barber. I would not even go to my barber and be like, listen, I know we took a break, but it's been just so long since I've had a good haircut. And it felt so good to tip that other barber and make them feel good. Like, that might not be the best scenario, but you know what I fucking mean. It's like, Will Smith sitting there like, fighting back tears. Will Smith probably wanted to reach over that table and snatch her wig if she was wearing one. But, yeah, so that whole such a scenario, I thought I'd start off with something I at least was passionate about. And if you're saying, well, that's just not right. If that's my kind of comedy, then I'm fucking out of here, mister. Okay. Well, I got something else to tell you. You're not going to like. You know Louis C.K., the other comedian who may go down as one of the GOATs? A lot of people. He's a comedian's comedian. Louis C.K., you know that famous guy that would jerk off in the room of other people? And people were like, cancel him, get him out of here. Did you know that guy just won a Grammy for the best comedy album of the year? A comedy album in which he talks about his allegations. That's like Harvey Weinstein, who was actually guilty, making a movie about a movie producer who rapes women, and then he wins an Oscar for it. So that means Louis C.K., I think he was innocent. If you read the things, he did some creepy shit for sure. The phone sex stuff, he jerking off without telling somebody else that you're jerking off on the phone, right? I mean, that's a gray area. I'm not even going to discuss that. We're not even going to talk about that. But, like, he goes up to a woman, he goes, hey, can I jerk off in front of you? And they go, yeah. Oh, and then he does it. And then they just feel weird about it inside. They just feel weird. I get it. Pressure, you know, I wanted to say no, but I could. He's more. I get it. That's weird gray area, and definitely get in trouble. You know, maybe be like, hey, maybe sit him down and be like, you know, do a public apology, right? Never do it again. Maybe takes a hiatus, which he did. He went in hiding. He did the right thing. He just shut his mouth. Said, you know what? I kind of fucked up by being a creep. Right? He didn't do anything illegal. He had consent. But as we know, consent doesn't always mean everything. Because there's some women out there who are feeling coerced and forced into giving consent. So is that even consent? If the situation is applying an existential pressure, right? Like if Harvey Weinstein didn't make you do anything, but he goes, hey, you know, I'm the producer of this big movie that you're in. Would you like to do this thing for me? You're going to be like, oh, if I say no, it's going to affect it. Like, there's an internal and, like, third-party pressure. There's, like, an elephant in the room. It's like, If I say no, is he gonna hold that against me? If I say yes, will that guarantee me something in the future? What if it doesn't? What if it's a joke? Like, I get it. But that just goes to show you that Louis C.K., somebody could be so funny, so hilarious, that everybody's like, hey, should we give this? Yeah, he gets the award. Just give it to him. Didn't he just jerk off in front of Sarah Silverman? Who cares? Give him the award. He earned it. And that's what I like to see, just people earning it. Like R. Kelly, bury him, dude. And I don't want people to be like, Pap is so controversial. I'm not. I'm telling you right now, a man who did nothing illegal, but he did creepy shit, won an award. And a man who we like thought that's the Fresh Prince. You know what I'm saying? That's the Fresh Prince. And he just did something that kind of tainted him. But in a worse way, because it wasn't equal or opposite. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think about this. People are saying, oh, you made a joke, you get a slap. No, there's more to that. There's more to that. You're on the world stage at the Oscars. The world is watching, right? You have other countries watching. You have other people, other celebrities there. You have Chris Rock's wife, kids there, right? You have people that worked really hard to get here. The Oscars is not easy. You have to go on an insane media press tour. You got to, and you have to put the work in for something. Will Smith had to do that movie. Everybody in that room had to be in some sort of massive production. And yeah, they're getting paid and they got the Armani dresses, whatever. I get it. But like, you had to earn it to be there. That's not an easy road. And especially for some people, that's their first Oscar. You get invited to your first Oscars. This is it. You're on the world stage. You can't wait. Even if you're just in a pan shot in the audience, you're living La Vida Loca. And then all of a sudden, Will Smith not only steals the show by winning an Oscar, but then physically assaults his longtime friend, one of the greatest comedians of all time, for something so mild, so tame. We got people bombs going off in Ukraine, right? And you're treating that joke like it was homicide. Since when is joke so offensive? Since when is your mama so fat you just go, oh, my mama's big, she's diabetic? Since when? Since when are we allowed to feel so much sensitivity towards that? Like, no offense if that joke bothered you. Like, no, not like you put yourself in Will's shoes and it bothers you. Like, if that whole situation bothers you, I deeply feel sorry for you. Because as someone who's only 29, but has lived the life of somebody maybe much older, life only will get worse. No one told you? Like, honestly, life will not in general get worse, but your worst day at 15, you have no idea what that means. Your worst day at 20, you have no idea. You have no idea what can happen. And I don't either. Right? I can only speak from my bubble. But there's somebody out there who's half my age, starving, no shoes, no socks, no consistent shelter, clean water. I get it. I am privileged. I have good self-awareness. I have perspective. Right? And there are things that I'm sensitive to. I have my own triggers, right? I have issues with authority. I got anger issues. And one of the reasons I've been single so long is I'm not good with negotiating. Like, I can talk, I can banter, I can respect you. I know how to have a conversation, but I'm not good with negotiating. If I'm craving Buffalo Wild Wings and my girl's like, we had that last week, I say we have pizza tonight. Even though I love pizza in this hypothetical, I'd be like, once my brain says B-dub, Samson! Not chat. I'm sorry, guys. Samson! Oh my! Do you guys see him? Look at him, dude. He's scratching stuff. Samson! But yeah, so sorry if I lost my train of thought and I'm having a bad hair day. Oh shit, the bad hair day is kicking in. Sorry if the webcam keeps buffering. I could do phone. Put in the chat if you want me to use phone instead of my streaming webcam. My webcam auto buffers to catch the highest FPS. But let me take a sip before I finish my thought. All I was basically saying is life will get tough. And keep a good head on your shoulders. Be respectable. Be respectful of other people. And yeah. I mean, Jada Pinkett is a multimillionaire married to arguably one of the one of for sure the most recognizable faces and celebrities in the world, around the world. This motherfucker was Muhammad Ali. How you gonna go up and slap? Would you have a flashback of Muhammad Ali? What are you doing? What are you doing? And you know he regretted it. That whole night when he was crying, he had that adrenaline dump. You ever get in a fight? I don't know if the chat or anybody here gets in the fights, but whenever I would get into fights when I was young, you get that adrenaline dump, and the room starts spinning. The vision gets blurry. You can feel your heart pounding in your head for some reason, and you're like, "Oh no!" You can get nervous, nauseous, throw up. Some people lose consciousness. I mean, that adrenaline dump is dangerous. You know, but doing karate, Jeet Kune Do when I was little, doing wrestling in high school, that helped me a lot. But I still get it. You know, when I'm in road rage, you ever have a big road rage where somebody pulls up next to you and they flick you off, you're flicking them off, and all of a sudden you're like behind the wheel and they're like, I've had it where people roll down their windows. They're not pants. Roll down the window, get pulled over, we're doing this now. And it's just like, in my head, it's either do or die. Like, you have to, like, sink or swim. And I'll say shit like, yeah, let's fucking go up. And then, like, nobody pulls over. You just drive away. And you're just like, you know, I used to be like that when I was younger. I mean, not now. I don't road rage now. But I had a few years where when I was depressed and I didn't even know there was a name for it, I was doing road rage. I was so controlled by emotion. Just like Will Smith was. Let's transition this. I was so controlled by emotion. I realize now looking back on it, emotion controlled me. I didn't have control over my emotions. Right? So you cannot get angry, right? You can respond with anger. Does that make sense? Like, if I step on your brand new shoes, there's a decision that you make that you don't even know. Right? A lot of people use the term, oh, it's on site, it's automatic. No, it's not. When somebody steps on your shoes, your brain does a decision thing. And I'll tell you how I know that. If a little 4-year-old girl skipping down the aisle at the grocery store steps on your brand new Jordans, you're not going to slap her. You're not going to insult her. You might make a joke right now in your head. Oh, I'll beat that. Oh, excuse me. Well, I just burped. Let's go. I'll drink to that. You may say, oh, I beat that little... No. All jokes aside, you're not doing nothing to that little girl, right? You just take this as an L. You take a deep sigh, and you're like, God, mother, control your kids, God damn it. Like, you know, it's an internal monologue. You're not going to yell at some little girl in the middle of a grocery store. And if you're in right now saying in your head, yeah, what? No. That's your internal monologue making a joke, you know, for yourself. You wouldn't, right? But same goes for if a giant buff dude does it. Let's round that back. Right? You're like, well, all right, fine. I wouldn't because it's a little girl. Okay. What if it's a fucking giant 6'4" bodybuilder steps on your shoe? First of all, you ain't doing shit. Once again. But if it's some scrawny teenager, you know? If it's somebody maybe your size, your equal. Maybe a skinny guy, maybe an old man. Like, there's a decision in your brain that you have to make and how you respond and act, and you act differently because of that decision. Why did you even make a decision? Because it's emotional, right? If you don't say anything to the little girl, the emotion that's taken over is your awareness, right? And your anger goes, okay, this is not the time, right? But then if it's some twerp or maybe a family member you're comfortable with, hey, what the? Like, you automatically know because you're comfortable. Right? So the emotion here is fear. You're making a decision either based on your fear or lack thereof fear. So it's like, it took me forever to realize I was never in control of my emotions. Emotions were controlling me. I'd go, okay, in this scenario, anger seems about right. I'll be angry. No, I should have been more thoughtful. I should have relaxed. I should have took deep breaths. And I should have had perspective. A lot of people don't have perspective. You know, I worked with some guy who bragged about how when he was in the Navy, him and his friends, like this old homeless man in an alley. This is a true story. I worked with a guy who said that when he was in the Navy, they were at some port and some old homeless man was harassing them for change. And I'm not kidding you. I worked with this man. He said him and his Navy buddies were like drunk and they took him into an alley and killed him. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this on the podcast. Oh shit. But I'm saying it. Right? YouTube, come get me. I'm not kidding you. This is a speculation. They say, and now he could be lying. Oh, should be a trigger warning. Son of a bitch. Interesting. Where do I go from here? Well, we don't know how to edit videos, so here we go. He said when he was in the Navy, him and his Navy buddies, instead of hiding the body, they just pushed him overboard. Like, pushed him into the water at that port. Killed a homeless man and pushed him into the water. Right? Now, because of that story, it gave me perspective. Because I was thinking about it. I was like, this guy's a fucking psycho. What the fuck is he talking about? So I took it to my own head and go, you know what? I'm going to start respecting homeless. Because that shit's fucked up. And honestly, that story made a change. And now when I see people begging and going car to car at red lights, I don't get hate. And I don't go, oh, just get a job, loser. I don't do that anymore. I have to think about what that man's been through. I don't know. You know, and a lot of us don't know. So we all got to relax. I think we all got to stop judging less and stop letting our emotion take over and try to get in control of our emotions. You know. Now I don't road rage. I don't road rage almost never. I'm way better. I'm more cognizant of it. I should probably stop sipping. I'm getting a little tipsy and I got to save my energy for the Friday stream. But yeah, I got to be more cognizant. I got to be more aware and take care of yourselves. You hear that phrase, take care of yourself, take care. No one ever talks about the mental part of it. Take care of your mental health. And sometimes that means stopping or blocking yourself. You know, you're ready to get into a fight and your friend holds you back. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, bro. You need to do that for yourself. I live alone and I spend most of my life alone, which is #sad, I guess. I've gotten used to it. I don't mind it. Samson, behave. My cat is going insane. But like, take care of yourself. That ability to do that, hold yourself back. You know, I've ruined a lot of relationships, a lot of girlfriends. You know, I used to, you know, they either lied, cheated on me, and for a while, even kind of now, I knew and thought it was their fault. Samson! I'm just going to shut up. Samson, do whatever the hell you want. Burn the house down. I don't care. This fucking cat is a psycho, dude. I love it. I love it. But yeah, so I realized I was the villain. Maybe not in the whole relationship, because I never cheated, right? I told you guys stories about my exes. There's other podcasts about it. You can search it up. You know, they cheated, lied, betrayed the shit out of me. I've had some girlfriends do wild shit. Like, hey, I'm pregnant. It's your child. Definitely, for sure it is. And nope, it's this other dude. And I've been with him for a year. And I've been with you for 2 years. And I'm celebrating double anniversaries. It's like, oh, you're just a crazy bitch. Oh, you're just Jada Pinkett. You know, shit like that. All right, Samson, finally. My man had to tear down the curtain to get on the windowsill. Lucky me, chat. I mean, podcast. I mean, I'll call you chat. YouTube has a chat, doesn't it? But, sorry if I keep blinking a lot. I got dry eye. The only bad thing about recording this podcast is I'm sacrificing my, the blue light health of my eyes. I stare at screens all day at work, so. But, yeah, let's not get too political. Let's keep it lighthearted. But, yeah, so handle your emotions. We're pro Chris Rock. And let's just talk about stand-up comedy for a second, too. Your boy loves stand-up comedy. You know, and I grew up pretty religious. So you may be asking, what about George Carlin? George Carlin might be one of the most anti-religious. I mean, he has a whole hour special pretty much just about religion. You can see it on Amazon Prime. George Carlin was a fucking savage. So even as a kid, I have to sit here and listen to this old man who's supposed to be smarter than me talk about how God's not real. The Bible's fake mythology. It's a goof. Did I get offended? Did I run to my mom and dad and go, Mom, Dad, George Carlin, this guy I'll never see in person, said the Bible's not real and he insulted Jesus. He has jokes about biblical characters. That's like, what could be more offensive? But even as a kid, I was like, oh, this is different. This is separate. This is freedom of speech. This is his opinion. Like, I feel like the people that get the most offended just accept opinion as fact because they think their opinion is fact. The reason you're holding your opinion so true and the reason why you would die to defend your opinion is because you treat your opinion as fact. And you would die defending your opinion. So you would also die disregarding and offending and proving my opinion wrong. The people that will sit in a comment section and do 19 threads long of arguing, it's opinion, right? Some of you can be like, wow, I've disagreed with Pap on everything in this podcast. Yeah, you definitely can. I don't care. I still love you, right? I think our Twitch stream, Pap RL, follow me on Twitch, y'all. Follow me on Twitch, Pap RL. The link will be somewhere in this YouTube channel. But I feel like the most of you that hang out, we don't talk about this type of stuff because it's divisive, right? I'm giving you guys my opinion, and if people leave because of my opinion, then it's good. You're not meant to be here. If someone's opinion goes up, no, don't like that, they're gone forever. It's not like I'm saying, yeah, the Holocaust was amazing. Anyway, no, we're just talking about basic opinions. This is not a moralic situation. I'm not talking about good versus evil. This is pretty much my opinion, but something that I would say is what I hold the truth. But I'm not going to hold my opinion / truth to your truth. We've all lived different lives. You know, like I said, if you're under a certain age and you've not seen a lot of stand-up comedy and you watch a little clip on TikTok and you're like, I'm pro Will Smith. No offense, I disregard everything you believe about that scenario. Right? Even though when I was 15, 16, I was a comedy connoisseur, and I would have probably had a really well thought out opinion, right? But at the same time, if you're 15 and you love comedy, you most likely are pro Chris Rock anyway, like most of you that I've met. But yeah, it's just weird how people could be like, oh, well, this, you should see what this person said. What are they saying? Is it their opinion? How bad of an some people have bad opinions, you know? Hey, what's up with these gas prices? The Jews. You're like, whoa, you're a bad person. Check, please. Right? There's some opinions where you go, oh, that leads to a deeper moral scenario. But I don't know. All right, I did make some notes. I do want to talk about a few things. Let's go. Oh, I'll talk about my gym life right now. By the way, if you guys have any recommendations for topics, put them in the comment section. This video may not get a ton of views, but put it in the comment section. I'd love to talk about different things. But yeah, you guys know I love stand-up comedy. Stand-up comedy should live on forever. Offend me, I don't care. I love comedy. And just know, if most people are laughing and you're the few that aren't, most likely it's not that you're the smart one in the room and everyone else is wrong. Most of the time, it just means that it's actually funny and you're in denial about it. You'd rather hold on to that emotion of hating my opinion rather than freeing up your emotion to laugh and feel joy and happiness. You know, I hate when people are like, there's just some things you can't talk about. Just some things. 9/11, the Holocaust, there's just some things you can't joke about. I hate those people's opinion. Not those people, but I hate their opinion the most. That is the opinion I hate the most of. You're just going to, without using your brain, you just go, that was a horrible scenario. 2 + 2 = 4. Never discuss it ever or make light of it. You don't get to do that. You got to let the human brain work. There's geniuses out there that can make things that are unfunny funny, and that's the goal. If I can make you laugh on a bad situation, we've all been in a relationship or with a friend and you're mad and they're trying to like, come on, they're messing with you, trying to make you laugh. And then you smirk and you break your anger, and now they won. You're like, God, I hate you. You made me laugh. We shouldn't be like that. We shouldn't hate that someone broke down our barrier. That person did their job. So if you have a friend like that, or you're in a relationship like that, that person's amazing. That means they took a big risk, tried to make you laugh when you're at your lowest and angriest, and they succeed. If they get the chance to succeed, you better give them a damn gold medal, a ribbon, a little kiss, a little something. They did something miraculous. That's beautiful. That's what comedy is. It's taking life, which sucks, There's nothing more tragic than life. Everything falls under the category of life. There's no such thing as, well, this is different. This is about kids. This is about tragedy. No, everything's in life. And all jokes can only be about life because life is technically all that we know. So if there is only one thing, which is life, how could you not joke about the one thing that there is? The one constant to everybody. If you're drawing breath right now, if you're a coherent thinking individual that's partaking in societal activities, you are living life. And all jokes are thus about life, so leave them the fuck alone. Let the jokes be said. There is no such thing as boundaries. And let's end it on that. Let's end it on that. But yeah, so the gym, right? I don't know if you guys knew this, but I used to be a gym rat. A lot of you do, but some of you might not. I used to be a gym rat. I used to be in great shape. Definitely not now. We got these fat boy arms. You know what I'm saying? We don't even got freaking definition. There used to be a line there. But big sad. Big sad. But, Samson. Goddamn, I can't. But yeah, so we're back. We're back killing it at the gym. We're down about 14 pounds. I'm about 267, 268 right now. About 270 with shoes on. We're killing it. We're having a great time. I'm eating healthy. I've been eating a lot of fruits for desserts. I was never big on fruit, but I had to figure something out. If you're struggling, you're like, well, Pap, aka Mike, this is the Mind of Mike podcast. You could be saying, Mike, but what do you mean? I can go to the gym, I just can't eat healthy. Well, let me tell you something. Sometimes it starts with the dessert. Even if you had pizza and all this and that, if you're like me, I don't give a shit. I'll eat a chicken, an egg, 3 leaves. I don't give a shit what I eat. I focus on dessert. What sugary, sweet, chocolatey thing am I going to put inside my body? You know what I'm saying? And the answer to that now is fruit, but not just fruit by itself. I was just eating fruit, and I was like, this is like sweet, but in a healthy way. I don't like it. You know what I've been doing? Simply pop, like popcorn. Get some really cheap popcorn that's real healthy, right? Low oil, no butter, no none of that shit. Just some salty, regular ass popcorn. It's like 200 calories for a whole bag. Depending on what kind you get, I just get the regular popcorn. I get the most basic, simply low calorie bullshit. I do some popcorn. I get that crunch. I get the crunch, the salt on my tongue. Then I'll throw in some raspberries or blackberries or strawberries or a kiwi. And you got the crunch and then the sweetness, and it's good. The sweet and salty combo has really saved my life. Because when I'm done eating, I go, wow, that was a great chicken breast. Now where's my gallon of ice cream? If I don't have a Dairy Queen Blizzard in my stomach in 2 seconds, and if I'm not wearing a diaper in the middle of diarrhea shitting myself, I'm not happy. That's how I used to be. After every meal, no matter how healthy, I could have chicken breast, avocado, white rice, doesn't matter. When that meal is over, I'm getting ice cream, and I'm eating that ice cream until I'm physically sick. Until my bone marrow hurts. I'll sprain an ankle running to the fridge getting me a thing of ice cream. I'm telling you, I was dessert master, dude. I was all about that. You know what I'm saying? You can cut my foot off now. I don't know how I wasn't the poster child for diabetes. Maybe it was all those years working out. I literally sweated out the diabetes. But yes, try that. Grab your favorite fruit, whatever it is. It could be apples, tangerines. I don't care what your favorite fruit is. Get a nice fruit with some healthy, naturally occurring sugar, and get some popcorn. Do a popcorn combo. Maybe you're like, well, I don't want to do both at one time. That's fine. Do one or the other. Because popcorn's not dessert. But I get the saltiness and the crunch, add the sweetness, and then it just becomes its own thing in your mouth. So I put the fruit and the popcorn in my mouth at the same time. It's amazing. Changed my life. But we're back. We're working out. We're down. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling better. And that leads to kind of mental health. You know, I don't talk about it, but there's some days I almost don't even want to say it, but like half the streams I do, something happened that day at work or in my life. You know, my cat's battling a urinary tract infection and just all kinds of things happen and you just get derailed. No matter how good the stream is, no matter how much momentum I have building this family, this thing that I love so much, and if I ever lost it, I'd lose myself. You know, because I found myself in the stream, so I'm in there with you guys. This stream is me, and it is a part of me, and it's a part of us. Which is a good reminder right now to any new people still listening. Go follow me on Twitch. We have a great time. Just imagine this, but with more hype, more laughs, more fun. Speaking of more fun, I'll take another sip. Your boy's feeling too sober, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to disappoint Amy Winehouse. Oh, I should have stirred it. That wasn't a great sip, but yeah. You know, mental health is really important, and working out, eating healthy was the hardest part. Because I used to get derailed. One bad day at work, one bad comment on Twitch or YouTube, I was done. That day was over. I'm canceling stream. I'm ordering a large pizza and I'm getting blackout drunk. And I realized that's hurting myself. So my response to hurt is to hurt myself even more. How toxic is that? What kind of trigger? What kind of messed up trauma am I dealing with that I'm not looking at? So I thought about it. And I go, when I'm feeling pain, I can either add gas to the fire or make one small adjustment. Then I could say something good happened. Even if it had to come from me. Even if that day everyone hated me, or at least in my head they hated me. Even if it was the worst day at work and I'm fighting with my fucking boss, and we're going to get to his little bitch ass in a second. But no matter what, at least I could do something. So I would do that. I changed it to the fruit popcorn thing. I started with home workouts. Now I'm starting to get back into the gym, but the home workouts have been great. And I noticed my body composition, my energy levels, my sleep has been different. And overall, it just made me realize, oh yeah, this is why we did it. This is why we worked out at such a young age. I didn't know this about myself. And you'll all know this as you get older too. Or if you're already older, you're like, yeah, I know what he's talking about. You start figuring out things about yourself, why you do certain things, why you like certain things, where your habits came from. I've been lifting weights with purpose since I was 12 years old. When I was 12 years old, I wanted to be a championship arm wrestler, and I wanted to be a bodybuilder, and I wanted to be shredded. I wanted to be Arnold 2.0. And when I would work out, just even do push-ups or jumping jacks, I realized what I was doing was distracting. I was creating this thing that I can put all my effort into so I didn't have to think about life, my childhood, what was going on with my dad and my family. I didn't have to worry about the bad. If I'm sweating, I'm pumping iron. And I used to put on movies. That's why I can't work out without music, because it makes you think. It makes it emotional. And I know a lot of people are like, that's what I love. I love the drive. I love that. I don't like that. You know, if I start listening to sad music or inspirational music, I cannot. I'll start thinking about why it's inspiring me. I'll start thinking about why it's emotional, and I get upset. I start doing things for the wrong reason. Now I'm working out to, one day I'm going to be big enough to beat up my dad. That was my first thing. I was like, I'm going to work out, get huge, beat up my dad. Didn't do it. Right? But I had to listen to music. I had to listen to upbeat, party, rock music. It can't be inspirational. Tell them all I know now. Like all that shit. No. I'm sorry, Adele. I can't tell you hello from the other side right now because I'm fighting my demons right now. And I realized that's what it was. That was what it was. It was me fighting off them damn demons. They was on my back. They was on my espalda. You know what I'm saying? They was hugging me. They were Harvey Weinsteining me from behind. I didn't like it. So now I work out for me. Not for anybody else. I do it for me. And it's better workouts. And I get it. If you go through a breakup, yeah, I'm going to show shawty what's up. I'm going to get six-pack abs. I'm going to do this. But then what? You either get that girl back or get another beautiful girl. You accomplish that goal. Now what? That's what I did. I was getting in shape for girls, my family, and then all of a sudden, girls, poof, gone. Family, poof, gone. Now what am I working out for? What do I have to go to the gym for? I live alone in a little house. I go to a job in a small office with the same 3 people every day. Why do I gotta look good? I realized I didn't care about myself. I cared about how others thought about me. This whole time I didn't care about myself. That's why I had super toxic habits. But then they were like, at least you got discipline to go to the gym. No, the gym secretly was my toxic habit. It was causing me good health, but that's just a side effect. You know, doing something good for the wrong reason may not always still lead to long-term good. You know, there may be a point of diminishing returns, and that's what it was. I realized without a female in my life to impress, and without family bearing down on me, saying I'm a failure. How could you say I'm a failure? How could you say I have nothing going on? How could you say I have no purpose to live when I'm in this great shape. Very few people looked like I did at 16, 17. I worked hard. I did what everybody else wasn't doing. People were fucking watching fucking Nickelodeon and shit. I'm doing push-ups. I'm lifting 20, 30-pound dumbbells at 16, 17 years old. A bicep curling, benching, doing everything I could. For their gratitude and their appreciation, not even my own. And when all that went away, when I stopped caring about others, I stopped going to the gym. And I realized, why did I stop going to the gym? Why? I was such a gym rat for so long. How? How could Mr. Gym Rat himself, in and out of gym since forever, since I was 15. I had a gym membership at 15 in my high school. A gym membership over 10 years, been working out over 13, 14 years at the time when I stopped going about 4 years ago. How? How could I do this to myself? I know why. Because as soon as I stopped caring about other people, I stopped caring about myself. Because I was like, well, if no one's around to judge me, then I won't judge me. Insanely bad decision. So now I'm eating better. I'm working out for myself. When I walk in front of that mirror, all I care about is my opinion. And yeah, I don't do flexes. I don't lift my shirt on stream. And I don't shake my booty. Because I'm still insecure. But I'm insecure for the right reasons, finally. I'm insecure because I'm ashamed of myself that I did this. I have the perfect amount of self-awareness. They're like, you love yourself, love your body. Yeah, I will when I get my body back that I know that I can get. I didn't just live a normal life and look like this and I have to accept myself. You don't have to be in great shape to love yourself. But if you're in the way that you are, because you know damn well you had every opportunity to not look this way, then yeah, it's our fault. It's my fault. It's your fault. It's our fault. And every day that we have breath in our lungs is a day to reverse it. And we don't. But we are now. I am now. So yeah, back at the gym, eating healthy. I feel amazing. Even though I'm sipping on this alcohol, guess what I've eaten today? Nothing. I know you guys are going to be like, is he drinking on a full stomach? No. I just needed to get the first few sips to lubricate myself. I haven't done a video podcast in a long time. They've all been audio, but I'm giving you all video podcasts because that's what we do. We put out the good content. Let me know how you guys like this overlay and all this business going on here as well. But I don't give a shit. I don't care if I go bald. I don't care if I go fat. I don't care if you got to chop my legs off. I don't care anymore. I'm going to live my life, do what I have to do to succeed. Because at the end of the day, whatever happens today, you'll forget it a year from now, 10 months from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. There's a point where you will forget. There is a point where your haters, everybody out there, are going to forget. And you're stuck with the end product. You're stuck with it. Haha, I showed them. No, you didn't. Because now you've isolated yourself. You've alienated yourself. You look terrible. And inside, your health is horrific. With every bite, with every slurp, you're taking years off your life. You're taking opportunities away from you to prove yourself. To yourself. You have to realize that your consciousness is a part of you, but you're also you as well. So my consciousness goes, yeah, show him, eat that pizza. No one's here to call you fat. But then your consciousness doesn't see you in the mirror. You do with your eyeballs. Your physical form sees you and you goes, oh shit. Your consciousness doesn't go, oh shit. Deep down, your consciousness is going, fuck it, who cares? They sell 3Xs. They sell 4Xs. Fucking that pizza was good, right? Treat yourself. Treat yourself. Fuck that. I'm done. I treated myself enough. I've had enough cheat meals. I've had enough days where I cried or was depressed and I hated myself. I'm done being hard on myself. And I recommend everybody else to follow this advice. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. The world's not. Your haters might hate on you right now, but what you do to yourself, the punishment you inflict on yourself because of your haters, what happens when you stop having haters? Now everybody loves you. Now I have a stream where everybody validates me, and I love you guys. Without the stream, I couldn't think like this. But I realized, wait a minute. I look like shit, and my stream loves me? And they don't think I look like shit? Wait a minute. I was my bully. I look like this because of me. If I'm capable of love looking like this, wait till I'm more attractive, at least to myself. Wait till I'm healthier. Wait till I'm, better. Right? We could think of yourself like a character in a video game. Don't you want good attributes? Right? Don't you want your character in that video game to have good attributes so you can win the game? Well, life is a game. And if you ask my ex, she's definitely played me a few damn times like we was a game. She thought this shit was fucking checkers, bro. But, stop being so hard. Stop being your worst critic. I know it's impossible. And I have bad health days too. Tomorrow I could be depressed and forget everything I'm saying. But right now, clear-minded right now, I'm here to help. I know what it's like. You say things like, well, it's too late. I'm too far gone. Or, well, I would have, but this happened. Or, it doesn't matter. I know what it's like. Are you broke? I've been broke. Are you in a toxic home environment that you're trapped in? I've been there. I've been there. Do you deal with legal issues? I've been there. Are you unhealthy? I have injuries I should have had surgery on and I didn't. I partially tore my shoulder to bicep. And I still have a dent in my bicep from it. And I didn't get it fixed. And I have to live with that, Because I thought, well, I don't have insurance. This is my punishment for being broke and not having insurance. I just got to let it heal. And I should have went to the doctor. I should have paid out of pocket. I should have racked up hospital bills. I should have done it. Because life is so temporary, so short. Do you think when I'm old and I could barely walk, I can't even lift a milk gallon, and be like, well, it's a good thing I didn't have those hospital bills. Fuck that! I'd rather be $1 million in hospital debt than have all these injuries and both my knees are crackling, popping like they're cereal. My ankles are fucking destroyed. My wrist, my carpal tunnel. I've done a lot of things the wrong way. So, I know we talked about a lot of things, but just, if anything from this podcast, get from me that you can turn it around. It's not too late. You can turn the ship around. There's no ocean too wide enough, too deep enough for you to turn this whole ship around. But Pap, I'm in my 50s. I'm in my 60s. I don't give a shit. There's that cliche, very corny meme where it's like Tina Fey didn't get a head writing job at SNL till she was 28. Oprah didn't get famous till she was 35. It doesn't matter. It's all relative. If you're going to live to be 100 and you're famous at 30, you're great. Maybe it took you 30 years, you're good. But look at Heath Ledger. Right? Would you rather be that? You're famous for your whole life, but then it ends. So if you're 60 and you get your life together and you live it the way you want for the next 20 years, then somebody who had 15 great years when they were young still missed out on the 5 years that you got. Fuck the age. Maybe that might be a bad representation. You might disagree, but I feel like that is. I used to be real hard on myself about age. Everyone in the chat knows. I used to be like, great, I'm going to be a famous Twitch streamer in my fucking 30s. That's pointless. No. Because there's somebody in their 30s that are going to start and then get popular and famous in their 40s. Does that devalue them? Fuck no, it doesn't. I realized, of course, haha, lol, age doesn't matter. Age is just a number, lol. No. Age really does not matter. There's somebody at 15 years old on TikTok right now making $1 million. And their parents are like, what the fuck? We told him stay off the phone and now he's paying for our phone bills. So stop listening. Stop taking advice. Stop taking bad advice. Follow your gut. Be you, because you know who's going to be in that casket with you when you die? Just you. You know who's going to be in that room alone with you when you're depressed, you're sad, you're fighting your demons, you're fighting for your life, your mental health is at its lowest, you're under the covers, you don't even know what direction life's about to take you, you feel lost, you feel hopeless. You know who's there with you? Just you. Nobody is in the trenches with you. When it's wartime, people show their face. Your friends, your family, they're giving advice based on their thoughts, their morals, their opinions, their journey, their life. A lot of us, even from the household we've lived in, we've had different lives. You got to remember, your parents had childhoods too. Did you guys have the same childhood? Probably not. It's very rare. It's very rare to have the exact same childhood. Most parents are even trying to give their child a better childhood, or they brag about how their childhood is way worse. You should be thankful. Because when I was a kid, you should be thankful. Because when I was a kid, that's fucking gaslighting, dude. Stop saying that shit. Because now your kid's like, oh, okay. Now your kid's not reaching for the stars. Your kids are happy for dirt. Because you're constantly reminding them, well, when I was your age, I was getting beat up every day. When I was your age, my parents hated me. My parents did this. So you go, okay, I'll accept You're teaching your kids to accept everything at face value and to never fight for more. Who gives a shit how bad your childhood was? My childhood was fucked up, not compared to some other kids. You know what I'm saying? I had an interesting childhood, to say the least. But one other kid that could have grew up in a millionaire mansion, everything, amazing childhood, could have got sexually assaulted once and had a worse childhood than me. You know? I've had a lot of physical assault in my childhood, but never sexual assault. So, does that kid growing up in that mansion with all this money and a 401k and a fucking trust fund and all this, does that make them feel better at the end of the day if they were sexually assaulted and physically sexually abused as a child? I might have got slapped around, hit with 2x4s and spanked with objects around the house, and I was called cunt and piece of shit, and basically just told her, is he 18 yet? Get him out. Is he 18 yet? Just get him the fuck out. But would I go back in time and trade in a luxurious childhood, but I have to go through a sexual assault situation? Fuck no. I don't trade that shit in. Let's just all accept what's happened to us, good or bad. Make the best of it. You know, that's all you could do. And I hate that this wasn't a comedy podcast. I'm a funny comedy guy. I love it, but I might need banter for more comedy style podcasts, but this is just me spitting off the dome. I'm a little tipsy. I hope nobody was offended, but if you were, then you were. That's all I could do. I could just be the best me and hope that everyone can be the best version of themselves, and we're all getting better. I'm far from perfect. I'm far from decent, really. You know, but we're every day. I try to get better every day. I learn something new every day. I calm down another trigger, and every day a new trigger comes up. And, you know, we're all just trying to do this together. And I'm just trying to go full-time on Twitch. And not even just Twitch, full-time content creator. Podcasting, YouTube, Twitch. I'm not built for normal jobs. And I'll give you guys a podcast about my job, my work life, some toxic stuff that's gone down there, my fucking piece of shit boss, all that good stuff. But... and somebody listening from my job might be like, piece of shit boss, is he talking about so-and-so? Yeah, most likely I am. And I have my reasons, you know. But certain statements like that alone form opinions. Well, he must be crazy. That's impossible. Like, we all like to make opinions based on usually the lack of knowledge rather than our knowledge. Right? Because if you know about it, then it's not opinion anymore, really. So I feel like some opinions are just formed based on just a very contextual scenario with no details or information. You may get a rough context of the scenario, but you don't really know the details. You don't know what's going on behind the magic curtain, you know what I'm saying? The Wizard of Oz. Sometimes you pull back that curtain and you ain't gonna like what you see. But I love you guys. The podcast is about to be 1 hour on the dot. I just want to say I love you guys. We are on our journey to be full-time content creator. Right now, we are killing it. This community is growing. And if you've made it to this far in this video, I'm not even kidding you. Right now, pat yourself on your fucking back. You are a legend. I love you. Without you, I cannot survive. I cannot do what I do. Obviously, just from this podcast, you should know I'm not even built for a normal job. Not even close. I'm built different. I might be on the spectrum, baby. I got a little bit of autism. But at the end of the day, we're doing the best that we can. I'm doing the best that I can. And either my dreams are going to succeed because of me or it's going to fail because of me. I'm done blaming others. I'm done being toxic to myself. No matter what happens, it's on my shoulders to succeed. So thank you guys for listening. I appreciate y'all so much. And, you know, honestly, we're going to come across some obstacles going forward. You never know. And I hope everybody that's listening up until this point in the video is here for it, here for the journey. Just understand that how grateful I am and appreciative I am for everybody is unbelievable. And I'm not just going to be like this in the beginning. This will always seem surreal. The fact that I have thousands of people that watch me, that love me, that care about me, even if they don't come to the stream all the time, you know, 3,500 followers. You know, on all social media together, over 4,500 followers. Over 4,500 people have some way, shape, or form come into my life and made it better. So thank you, everybody. I genuinely love you, and I can't wait for tomorrow. Fucked Up Friday. It's going to be a party. Our first subathon. By the way, I should have advertised this in the beginning of the video. Subathon April 22nd. Friday, April 22nd. Our first subathon on the Twitch channel. All the info will be in the bio or the description. And I love you guys. Thank you guys for being a part of this journey. Thank you for everything, and I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. This has been the best year of my life. I've said that before. 2020, 2021, I was down bad. You know, in my head, I was like, I'm not going to even live to see 2022. And not because of a disease. I just didn't want to. My life was going so far down bad so quickly, I didn't even know what was going on. I was getting slapped and kicked left and right from life. I didn't even know what was happening. One bad news after another. Life was unbearable. Waking up was unbearable. And look at where I've been now. I have thousands of people that love me, that look after me, that make sure that I'm going to be live. And they're in my stream early. They're in my chat early. They're like, come on, go live, Pap, go live. I love it. I love it. And that feeling will never get old. And I am indebted and grateful for the rest of my life. So thank you for changing my life. I hope you guys can bear with my opinions. Take care. And until the next podcast, drop in the damn comments what topics, what other things, what are the stories you'd like to hear. And yeah, let's go. Good night. Signing off.